Absolute scenes in the last episode. We got through two really difficult games. The first against Bayern Munich and the second against AC Milan. Today is a completely different type of challenge. We've got Real Madrid over two legs. Episode 13 as well. That could be looking for some. How you doing, everybody, and welcome to part 13 of Club 4 here on MyCareer on FM23. I'm Stu. Thank you for joining me in today's video, where it's a Real Madrid special. First leg and second leg, away and home in the semi-final of the Champions League. And if you are excited to see how we get on in this tie, do not forget to leave a like on the video for me and subscribe so you don't miss any of the nonsense that comes out of this space right here. It's all been going well. I've got nothing else to say to you now. One exciting thing, we do have ourselves an FA Cup final against Manchester City, goodness me, Stu. Manchester United coming up. It actually does mean that we've got a Manchester United double whammy at the end of the season, so take that for what it is. We're also on for a treble at the moment, which is kind of nuts when you stop and think about it. So that's very good. I mean, in terms of the actual schedule we've had itself since that Milan game, we've only played the two games, won both of them. Spurs was difficult, I'm not going to lie. We did actually go behind, and they're right on half-time, and then we ended up scoring just after it to equalise. I think we also had a goal disallowed right near the end. I don't know, I can't remember. I'll say I've slept since then, it's been a couple of hours. I've forgotten already. Also, I had to really suppress a burp then, so apologies for that. But we do have Real Madrid. We have a Norwich game that we're going to ignore today as well, and we'll just see how things go. As present, the table looks like that. We're a win away from the title, basically. I mean, our goal difference is superior enough that it's incredibly unlikely that we're going to bottle it from this point. We're pretty much going to be guaranteed to be Premier League champions. In terms of clean sheets, the one that I really want to get better at, I mean, Dimitri is joint fourth. He's 6 off the top, but I mean, Slonina and Ramsdale kind of out in front, but Rosenbrick, Karnasetchi, both very good goalkeepers. They're on 14 and 13 respectively. Dimitri is on 13 as well, so very happy with that. But yeah, that's the table as it stands. Southampton at the moment looking like they're going to finish second, certainly back in the Champions League where they belong after the work we did there, which is very good to see. But we're not here for any of that. We are here, sorry, bit of scouting there. We're here for the game against Madrid, and this is the 11 we're going to be using. Now, disclaimer, injuries. Albergi's out, Trafford's out, Harris is out. Now, 2 of those don't really matter. One's our backup goalkeeper, and one of them is a backup midfielder. But Albergi's a big one because Durica and Bayrick have been very good this season, but Durica has been very inconsistent. And it's been nice to have the option to have Bayrak and Albergi as the centre-back pairing. It's been very, very nice to have that. Don't have that at the moment, so we have to hope everything stays fine with the players that we've got. But that is the team. Skinner has just come out from a small injury as well. He was a bit of a gamble for this game. We're going to start him. We've got Pinamonti, who's been in good form as well. We've also got Hishek, as we know. Just going to go with it. But the 11 is going to be Dimitri in goal. Edmilson, Durica, Bayrak and Boa in defence. Balarik, Mount and Herold supporting February in the midfield. Skinner and Ratcliffe up front. We did have a falling out with Balarik, who I've just called Balarik. And then I've called him Balarik because why not? But I'm giving him a chance here today to prove himself to me, quite frankly. I can't remember why we fell out with him, but we did. He's wanted by a bunch of clubs there, so if we wanted to cash in on him at the end of the season, not that I'm that bothered because I don't plan on being here at the end of the season, or after the end of the season. We probably could do, but I'm going to give him a chance today. Defensive midfield on support, but he is set to be more defensive-minded rather than gallivanting forward. Trying to find his correct role has been the difficulty. This is a little bit of a sidestep, bear with me. I just want to point that out. Tried a few different roles with him, and it's been a struggle. Now, we used him as a defensive midfielder in the last game. That was fine, but you can see, we've used him in his preferred anchor position, not very good. Ball in the midfielder, not very good. Defensive midfielder there wasn't very good, but actually against Everton and Huddersfield, pretty decent. Everton there again, not too bad. Half back against Bournemouth, not very good. So I think defensive midfielder might be the way to go. It's the only position that's got him above a 7. So take that as is. So we're going to leave him on that today. Fingers crossed it'll be good enough, but let's just jump into the game. And fingers crossed we can get to a final. That'd be lovely. I mean, we're already up to a final, but hopefully we can get to another one. That's the plan. I didn't see why one of the players was upset there. I'm a bit confused at that, but let's just hope it's not going to affect us too much. Again, this is the away leg. I'm not expecting us to go out and batter them. Again, I just find it a much quicker way to get through the game by whacking the match speed up and changing it to 2D Classic, because it speeds the game up. Do I need to play it a little bit? Yeah, I do. It speeds the game up, but it lets me keep a track of it as well while I'm doing other stuff. And I always forget to change it back. Right, let's get to the game. And let's hope for a good result. A good result in this game, similar to the Bayern game. He's just coming out with, I was going to say a point. It's not a point, is it? But coming out with a draw would be fantastic. But I'm very accepting of the fact that they're a very, very good team. So whatever happens is whatever happens. And again, Real Madrid are full of new gens at this point. We're in 2033, 34, something like that. So they're full of new gens, but Vinicius Jr. is still there. They've got Kai Havertz, who was obviously our former player who we got rid of last season because he didn't want to be here because he wants to be in the Champions League team. What a better way to prove him wrong it would be to win the Champions League with Chelsea. That'd be amazing. Ratcliffe going for the absolute world. He doesn't get it. That is a shame. But what a nice effort. But we start the next highlight back in Real Madrid's half. Although we do try and clear it. It gets as far as Havertz. Not going to pronounce his name. A Comac as well, who we signed in January last season and just... it didn't work out for whatever. I'm sure there's a good player in there, but it just didn't work out with us. And he had a bit of a, what I would consider to be an attitude problem. That's a lovely goal from Fofana. We haven't really made his life very difficult there. Apologies if I keep messing my lip, but I can feel a hair there. I know I've got hair there, but I feel something trying to go into my mouth. It's really annoying. Very disappointing here. Valverde on the ball. Gets it to him. And... well, I mean, I'd be taking Bayrak off if I had another option. But I don't. But it is only the one. And we've gone down by a goal many times in this save with all of our clubs. And we found it in us to come back. Now, they're playing the formation that I seem to really struggle against, which is a 4-4-2. Like a standard 4-4-2. Skinner with the pass. A poor pass there. I am kind of regretting that, although Febre's broken through. I looks away and Febre's broken through and he's chipped the keeper and Hector Febre has got his 14th of the season. And all of a sudden at the Bernabeu, we're level. I was lamenting my choice of Skinner because, again, he's not fully fit. Balaric, I tell you what an important interception that is. And he gets the assist as well. What an important interception that is. And Balaric might just be playing his way back into the first team proper. Declan Rice has taken his place recently. They have kind of traded it back and forth. Lovely bit of defensive midfieldering. Okay, it wasn't there for the goal, but we conceded. But he was there then, and that actually really has helped us. Couple of poor performances. Herald not doing very well. Boa not doing very well. I'm tempted, actually. But I don't know why I'm changing it now, because... about to go into half time. I'm going to distribute to playmaker. Let's try and get Herald more of the ball, because when he's got the ball at his feet, when he's got time to do it, he does spray passes around quite nicely. Let's just have a word with some of these players. So, individual. Derica. Edmilson. Not good enough. Sort your lives out. Derica's pressured. That's a problem. We don't have a backup. I'm going to tell these two to be careful about yellow cards. I'm just going to tell Herald that he made a mistake. And then the forward line, I'm just going to say, not good enough. It isn't good enough from them. 6.6 and 6.5. I expect a bit more. Skinner, I don't think will be on for too much longer. Again, he's just come back from, say, an injury. He's come back from illness. So I'll give him a period of time and then we'll consider taking him off. Bayrak would have headed in there. That would have been amazing. Right, Herald. Over to Balaric. Balaric manages to chip it in. Looking for Skinner. Can't find him. And Vinicius Jr. now has all the space in the world. Gets it to a Comac. And all of a sudden, Real Madrid come forward again. Again, dream scenario is we knock Real Madrid out, they sack their manager, and at the end of the season, we get the job. Right, Herald did really well there. Ratcliffe now. Bursting forward, crossing the ball in, looking for the header. Skinner, doesn't find it. And again, Vinicius Jr. on the ball, launches it forward, looking for Makoko. Makoko's off! Makoko's off! What a stroke of luck this might be. Makoko on a yellow card, he's taken Derica down, and the referee, rightly so, has sent him off. And we have a man advantage that we need to take advantage of now. Right. Well then. Let's just demand a bit more. We're going to make some subs as well, because we've got a few players that aren't playing well. Edmundson not having a good game. Boa having a terrible game. Make those changes first and foremost. Thinking a third change as well. Herald hasn't really improved. Skinner hasn't really done well either. We're going to bring Pinamonti on. I feel like that's the right thing to do. Because Pinamonti is a massive goal threat at the moment. He has been scoring goals relatively for fun. So I hope that that will make a difference. Right, they have actually gone for 4-3-2. So they've actually taken an extra man out of the midfield to continue with two strikers. Pinamonti doing great work there, but his pass, that's where he lets us down, his build-up play. Before he had the athleticism to get away with it. Ball to Ratcliffe, but Upamecano does such a good job there. Herald with a really nice pass. Really unfortunate it didn't work out. Right, Bayrak goes back to Dimitri, back to Derica. Right, Derica now. If you can find a decent pass to someone, that'd be lovely. He's running forward here. Over to Reece James. Brilliant ball through to Mount. Whips it in. Carl Ratcliffe was there, but it's aerially, it's just not his best area. Herald looking for Pinamonti. Flicks it onto Ratcliffe. There's going to be a question of offside in this, but I really hope it's not, because that was wonderful football. Lovely touches. I've got a feeling it's offside, though. It's not offside. We lead for the first time in the tie. Ratcliffe can't get on the header there. Gravenberch just leaves it. Ballar, well, he doesn't leave it. He heads it, and Ballar puts enough pressure on him to get the header to Herald. Herald into Pinamonti. Pinamonti into Ratcliffe. 2-1, we lead. Again, Chelsea have got a man. We've got a man advantage as Chelsea, and we are making the most of it. But they're not out of it yet. They've gone back to 4 in midfield. Herald apparently still having a bad game. I've really not seen him have a terrible game, other than the mistake he made earlier in the game. So I'm a bit confused by FM deeming he's had a bad game because of that, because actually he had improved, and that pass he made was crucial to us going ahead. Right, I would quite like us to get one more just to even things up. Mason Mount's coming off. I'm going to put February back into the midfield, and we're going to bring Hishek on. No, we're going to bring Nathan Mackie on, actually. Nathan Mackie can come on as a goal threat. Let's try and get a third just to cement things up. And remember, that red card means Yusufa Makoko, who has been a thorn in our side in this save with Newcastle. Oh my word, I thought Reece James was going all the way then. And remember, Reece James going to Barcelona. I don't know if I mentioned this. Reece James going to Barcelona on a free transfer at the end of the season. I don't think I've mentioned that. Reece James has signed a pre-contract with Barcelona. Apologies if I have mentioned it. I'm mentioning it again. Eddie Militao's still here. Anyway, yeah, Reece James, if he'd have scored that, going to Barcelona, scoring against Real Madrid, that would have been incredible. Balaric, did you see the shot there? The interception stopping it from getting anywhere near the net, but that looked like it was a rocket destined for the back of the net. We are putting all sorts of pressure on them at the moment. They are struggling, but all it takes is a mistake. Bayrak gets it to Dimitri. Dimitri out to Facena. Facena to Derica. Right, okay, let's get this out of danger. And let's just try and score a third, shall we? It would be lovely. Right, Reece James into Balaric. Lovely pass to Ratcliffe into Tapia. Tapia gets tackled, though. Upamecano now. Real Madrid going to look for an option. And all it takes is out of position play. And into Havertz. Balaric clears it, though. Thank goodness for that. But it's not out of danger just yet. Real Madrid, even with 10 men, still a good team. Tapia and Ratcliffe doing well there. And we managed to get the ball away. But the highlight starts with Real Madrid again on the attack. But we get the ball back. Right, Ratcliffe now. Into Facena. Facena looking for options. Gets it into Nathan Mackie. And Nathan Mackie's so close to getting a third for us. But he hits the far side post. And it remains 2-1. But it looks like we might be about to win. And we win the away leg. We're 90 minutes away from the Champions League final. We're 90 minutes away from a second Champions League final. That was... I said it when we went down. We are very good at coming back. And we took advantage of their red card. We were already level at that point. The momentum was in our favour. Southampton interested in Balaric. I mean, after that performance, I don't think so. Because I thought that was a very good game from him. I mean, 7.6. Fine. It wasn't brilliant, but it was good. Right. I'm going to find these guys while we're on camera. Why not? But that was a good performance. I'm very happy with what I've just saw. And now we have a distraction in the form of a game against Norwich. So fingers crossed we can just blitz past them. We're going to rotate the team quite heavily so we're as fresh as possible Second leg at home at Stamford Bridge. Let's get to another Champions League final. Oh, I nearly missed this. So we've won the Premier League. We have beaten Norwich 3-0. I thought I'd quickly get the record going just so we can see the moment where we lift the trophy. But the Premier League is ours. We've been superb in the league this season. It's actually going to be our goalkeeper, Dimitri, lifting the trophy. And honestly, I can't think of a better person. Yes, he's not in the running for clean sheet, really, but he's helped us keep the best defence in the league despite that, which is weird when you stop and think about it. But there you go. Sorry. The burps all stay through today. I don't know why. But there we go. Premier League title won. I thought I'd show you the moment where we lift the trophy. I very nearly missed it. I was just like, how do I do it? But we got there in the end. So this game is out of the way. We did rotate the team quite heavily. And the game is really struggling here. So I don't think go through to the dressing room and get the game done. There we go. But yeah, all good, all fantastic. I mean, you can see around the side, Edmilson started, Silva started, Vachana started, kept Balaric and Herald in. Didn't really need to, none of them played well. Tapia came in, Hishak started as well. We started Nathan Mackie as well, and you can see the players we brought on the bench there. Right, second leg against Madrid. Let's go. Well, after the madness that was the last game against Norwich, we're just going to go straight into the game. We've won the Premier League. We don't need to worry about that at all going forward. So that might change the plans for the next episode because we do have the FA Cup final to come. We might have a Champions League final as well. So let's see whether that is the case. Let's see if we can beat Real Madrid. The 11 we're going to be using is Dimitri in goal, James, Derica, Bayrak and Boa in defence, Balaric, Mount and Tapia with February at the tip of that diamond midfield, supporting Skinner and Ratcliffe up front. We have decided to go with that front two, despite the fact that, I mean, Ratcliffe's been great. Skinner has been really good as well. He got an assist in the last game, but he hasn't been firing really as well as he has done in recent times. So the temptation to go with Pinamonti is very, very high. His form has been sensational. He's in better form than Skinner. But to be completely honest with you, it's Alan Skinner. He's a big game player, as is Ratcliffe as well. Febre's improved as well. I would have put in Mackie because he did score last time out, but Febre is in great form himself. He's improved as well. It feels like the right thing to do. The one player I've dropped out at the moment is Herald. I'm just deciding whether that is the thing I want to do because Tapia did play well last time. I kind of want to give Herald a chance. I'm going to stick with Tapia. We're going to go with it. So, remember, we are leading this tie at the moment. This is all about seeing it through. We do not want to bottle this. Who knows what might happen? Who knows? We're just going to say a generic thing. We're not going to overcomplicate it with them. Here we go. Remember, 2-1 from the first leg. This is the home leg for us. And they don't have Yusufa Makoko. They're huge signing this season. Here we go. Let's see whether we can get through to a Champions League final here at Chelsea. And then open the door up for a move next season. I mean, we're leaving anyway. We've already made that decision. But if we can leave having done the job we came here to Chelsea to do, that would be even better. No highlights so far in the game. Just encourage the boys. Apparently that didn't go very well. Usually it does after 20 minutes. But so far, everything level. We are playing better than them, but not by much. It's a game of few chances, but we have our first highlight. Akomak gets it into Kai Havertz. A former Chelsea connection there. Powell now whipping it in, looking for a teammate. Can't find it. Goes out wide to Wrench, though. Wrench now loses the ball to Tapia. Would Herald have done well there, but Boa loses the ball, and it's Marlon Boa who has ballsed up here. I'm going to shout at him straight away. He's the reason why we've just gone behind in this game, and all of a sudden, the hard work away from home to get that win, undone completely. Undone completely by Marlon Boa, and that heavy touch. Tapia was playing quite well. It was Marlon Boa who made the mistake. Right, Balaric to Mount. Can we get an immediate response? I mean, Ratcliffe really should have gone in wide here. Tapia's done really well there, though. Looking for Skinner, and Alan Skinner puts it wide. Oh, Alan Skinner. He's lost his Midas touch towards the end of the season. Right, straight away, he's coming off. He's coming off. I'm going to shout at them a little bit. Not happy with your defensive work. Not happy with that. Furious with your finishing. And Alan Skinner's coming straight off. No mercy. No mercy whatsoever. Febre's coming off for Mackie as well. James is not having a good game. Edmilson can come on. I'm going to give Boa the benefit of the doubt. But triple change. We want to get a goal and go ahead again. One thing I am actually going to do. Well, two things I'm going to do as well. Thing number one, playmaker. Thing number two, something I was recommended by my assistant manager, was that. Let's open things up a little bit. Let's just see whether that makes any difference. Right. Demand more from the boys. Come on. Go and get a goal. All we need to do is win this game. Doesn't matter how many goals by. All we need to do is win. A draw would be great, but I would prefer to win it. Bayrak makes it 1-1. I mean, the logos have messed up down there. I don't know if you saw that. But Mustafa Bayrak has gone and made it 1-1 on the night. Stamford Bridge, I imagine, is rocking. Our first game as Premier League champions. And Mustafa Bayrak heads the ball in. First time, by the way, since Conte won it in real life. Chelsea have not won the Premier League at all in this save. It's the first time since the real life win of Conte for this club in the Premier League. So, done quite well. Balaric not having a good game at all. I just cannot figure out how to get the best out of him. I've got a feeling it would be a 4-2-3-1 where he's not playing as a defensive midfielder because he just doesn't seem to gel in anything we've done with a holding midfielder. I mean, we're not going to try that now. And again, the moment's kind of passed in this save for us to do that. We've got to use him. We've seen at moments he's very good, but consistency-wise, it's just been very, very hard to get him to run. Edmilson, I don't really know what type of defending that was. We've gotten away with one there, I think. Wrench now looking to get it in. Derica does well. Bayrak does well. Boa, just yeet it. Don't do what you did before. Just yeet it out. He's running with the ball, actually. Gets to Ratcliffe. Back to Boa. Boa now holding the ball up nicely. Ratcliffe launching it. Looking for Pinamonti, who puts it over. Oh, my word. A goal would make me happy. Right. Balaric is coming off. Declan Rice is coming on. Taking no chances. I just see that rating dropping lower and lower and lower. Let's confirm it. I haven't confirmed it there, so he's still on the pitch at the moment. Get him off. Right. Real Madrid come again. Derica deals with it. Gets to Edmilson. Balaric now. Don't do anything stupid. Gets it into Ratcliffe. It just can't quite get there. I'd say it's more on Ratcliffe than it is on Balaric. Big ball forward, but Tapia gets the ball. Boa now, and it said below. Has a poor pass from Boa as well. Derica, Bayrak, back to Derica, to Boa. Boa just needs to pass the ball properly. I think Boa's going to be the final change, but I don't want to make it this early because I know Football Manager will give me an injury. Right, Ratcliffe into Mackie. Mackie, he's got Pinamonti right there. He's putting it through to Pinamonti. Is Pinamonti offside? It doesn't matter because he's put it wide. Our forward line is just misfiring. I am going to berate them. The pair of them. They're just not doing the job that they're there to do. They just cannot get the ball on target for some reason. Right, we're getting around that time that we can make a substitution. It's corner though. We'll let the corner play out. And then I think it's going to be Boa. Again, a goal just settles it. But at the moment we go through, header out. Boa actually is the one to get on it. Go on. Hit it, son. He did. And it's an easy save. And he did what I asked him to. Right, Boa off. Where is he? Where is he? For Chenna. I know you're nervous, son. But it's all good. It's all good. Calm yourself down. Let's go. Chenna is on. The final change in the 90 minutes. We have a throw. Edmilson. It's Pinamonti. Passing it around now. As it is, we go through. One goal for Real Madrid. Puts it to extra time. Pinamonti's running wide here on the ball. Got a bit of support from Edmilson into Rice. Rice goes for the worlding. It hits the top of the netting. Can you imagine Declan Rice, who, by the way, I actually took the captaincy off Balaric, the vice-captaincy, and gave it to Declan Rice. What a vice-captain moment that would have been. Got no time left at all. We've got one more highlight. Big ball. Vinicius Jr. flicks it on. Tapia heads it down to Mackie, though, into Pinamonti. Pinamonti, Edmilson. I mean, Ratcliffe was absolutely free then. Ball to Pinamonti, though. Pinamonti looking for Mason Mount. Oh, my word, and Mason Mount puts it just wide. We're in the final minute. That's got to be the last chance. Got 15 seconds in-game left. Real Madrid are on the ball. They've got 10 seconds left. Foul him. Mount. And do you know what? I'll take that. It's a dangerous thing to do, but we've eaten the time up. This is going to be the last chance of the game. Headed out. Vinicius Jr. Pinamonti yeets it forward looking for Ratcliffe. That's got to be it. It is it. And we're through to a Champions League final. Club 2, Champions League Final 2. I say Club 2, it's Club 4, but you know what I mean. Our second Champions League Final of the same. We dominate the game. I should be furious that we haven't won that. I'm not, because we're through. And that is the only thing that matters. And Mason Mount, with the assist to Bayrak, who puts it in the back of the net. I mean, the strikers... Wow. I mean, we were not at the races there. Attacking-wise. Everything else, midfield, defence, goalkeeper... Conceded a goal, but it did not matter. But the forward line has a lot to be desired there. I mean, Bayrak, what a performance for a 23-year-old. What a signing, by the way. He's turned out to be 87 million. He came from Utrecht, who are doing very, very well. They're a fourth-place team. They've been a Champions League team as well recently. They were in the Champions League knockout stages, so they've definitely done well, and he has become an absolute superstar under us. Almost undroppable at this point. Not quite though. I mean, I'd love to have him as a wide centre-back in a back three. Just qualify for the Club World Cup. I'm not playing that. If you wonder why, go back and watch my Aston Villa save from the last FM. I'm not playing a Club World Cup ever again until I hear that what happened in that doesn't happen again. But we're there. Champions League final. Where is it? It said, oh yeah, right there. Chelsea booked Millennium Stadium place. So we're as close to being on home soil as we can be. And the final, Juventus or Manchester United. We potentially have United in the league, followed by United in the FA Cup, followed by United in the Champions League. We potentially have 3 games versus Manchester United to end the season. Remember, Manchester United, I do believe... won the league last season. I just wanted to confirm it, but they did win the league last season, so... Yeah, they're a good team. I mean, they're only 4th at the moment, so, you know, it is what it is. Right, well, the next time you see us will be for those two cups, basically, the FA Cup and the Champions League. We're going to come back for both of those games. So we're going to skip ahead now. As things stand, that's the league with 3 games to go. We can't be caught. We are champions. Nothing matters at this point. I do want to get Alan Skinner scoring some goals again, though. Disappoints me greatly that he's not scored in the last few games and that he's just not looked at it. I mean, to be fair, it's 3 games. I didn't realise it was only 3 games. I had a bigger stretch there that I wasn't that disappointed with, but we need to get him scoring more goals a bit more consistently. I mean, it's actually a really long stretch without scoring, but he's been getting assists, so I think we need to have a chat with him. I'm going to warn him. He needs to start scoring goals. Hopefully that does it. Right. I've waffled on enough, but there we go. Those are going to be the 2 games you see in the next episode. We're going to ignore the last 3 Premier League games. We don't need to see them. We'll be back for Wembley in the FA Cup final and at the Millennium Stadium to either play Manchester United for a 3rd time in a row or to play Juventus. What could possibly go wrong? I clapped and I clicked. Thank you very much for watching. Do not forget to leave a like on the video if you've enjoyed today. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It's completely free to do so. And you'll make me very, very happy. I've been Stu. You guys have been awesome. And I'll see you next time. Cheers.